EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at Senior Transition Navigator and Luxury Homes of the Treasure Coast. They work with seniors and their families, offering a wide range of services, including packing, downsizing, decluttering, moving, estate sales, relocation, and more. For a free consultation, give Libby a call at 772-783-2800 or visit www.seniortransitionnavigator.com or luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. So on this episode of Treasure Coast Connector, we are focusing on the men. And they say that 60 is the new 40, especially for men who are actively maintaining a healthy lifestyle and taking good care of themselves. And it is never too late to start. Joining me in the studio today are Roger and Craig Larsen. They are the owners of Game Day Men's Health, located in Vero Beach, Florida, and they have a wide range, very impressive suite of services for men who want to feel stronger and be sharper and fully in control of their health. We've got a lot of great information to share, so welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ellen.
You. Good to be here.
Yes, I'm very happy to have you guys here. So before we start talking about the services that you offer, I'd love for everybody to get to know you guys a little bit more. So what made the two of you want to get into healthcare, working with men, and then starting your business?
Well, the place to start is where we were, year and a half, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was in corporate operations, vice president of operations, worked in the corporate world for years, and over time just got burnt out and was not really happy with what I was doing. I mean, we were doing a great job and it was, good, but just coming to the end of my rope. And Roger and I would have conversations on a regular basis about, where we were and how we were getting burnt. And we decided together, let's do something different. Let's branch out. Right?
Yeah, I was in the insurance industry for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
I owned an insurance agency for 35.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do something that long, sometimes the passion goes away, especially for insurance, because, it's not a very positive thing for a lot of people.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of changes to
and
the
after
laws and
COVID
everything. Oh, my goodness, yes.
Natural disasters, rates skyrocketed, and people complain constantly. So it was something Craig and I moaned about every day when we talked.
Yeah.
And we thought, why? And what happens is we have friends, or I had a friend in particular that passed away at 55. And I thought, life's too short to keep doing something that you hate. So we both, agreed that it would be a good thing to find something that we can both do, that we loved, that we were passionate about in Florida.
Yeah,
in Florida.
I love that.
And we explored a whole bunch of different ideas. We were just kicking around. We both led a healthy lifestyle. We both like fitness. We thought about gyms. We thought about other things. And we finally ran across Game Day Men's Health and seemed to fit the bill perfectly for us. And there's an area in Florida that we were familiar with, which is Vero Beach, because I lived here back in 2022.
Okay.
And
But we don't have a lot of what you have to offer. I don't think there's really much.
It's a very unique idea.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options for men that, are kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so that's a good segue into my next question, because getting older is not easy, right? And a lot of men, sometimes they feel very busy. They feel busy with work and their families and things in general, so they're not focusing on themselves, right? So, and here's my question is, what is the best age that you feel that men should say, you know what, I really should start buckling down and taking care of myself? I mean, in our 20s, we're all feeling great and everything. We don't think about it. But what's a good age for men to start thinking about their health and longevity?
Well, I think that in men in their 20s, a lot of times they're coming fresh out of high school or college, getting married. A lot of those guys still work out. But I think what stops them is a career that's very time consuming, family, kids activities. They spend more time on their kids' activities than their own.
Yeah.
And many guys that we talk to just say they just don't have time. And so it technically should be a lifelong thing where men have to find time. But whenever a guy starts to feel that he's not spending enough time on himself is the time, whatever age that may be.
Yeah, the short answer is the sooner the better. You know, our bodies as adults, you know, especially men, start breaking down after 30. We all feel it once we turn 30. It's like, oh, I'm not who I used to be in high school. Wow, things are different.
Isn't that wake-up call when you bend over to pick up something you dropped on the floor and you're going, oof, as you're...
Wrench your back. Yeah, right. How'd that happen?
Yeah. You're making those noises, as I say. So,
But I think it's so important because when you get older and you have health problems, those health problems didn't just start. They started 10, 15 years ago with bad habits, with a lack of exercise, with sedentary behavior. And so it's never too early to start even the most basic of, you know, health conscious activities, whether it's walking, eating healthy, avoiding fast food, that kind of thing. So super important.
We just said this today. Craig said when you see a muscular older guy, you don't look at him and say, how did that happen? Because it didn't just happen. He's been doing it his whole life.
That's very true.
Been working hard. And so when you have a heart attack or a stroke, that didn't just happen. That's happened over the last 10, 20, 30 years of poor behaviors.
Yeah, that is true. That happened to my husband, but thankfully under the watchful eye of a host of doctors and him taking care of himself. And with Tiger Wife, he's afraid to, you know, defy, so to speak. He's doing a lot better. So I just want to also say that it is never too late to start. So if somebody is hearing this and they're 60 and they feel every bit of their 60 years old that they want to feel and look like they're in their 40s, you know, then they can see you. It's never too late.
It's never too late. And as soon as you start, the sooner you can get on that health conscious path, you know, in a very short portion of time, you're going to feel better. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel good. So it's never too late.
Well, very good. So now hormone optimization. Okay, I want to talk about that and wellness services. So I'd like to hear about challenges and symptoms that a lot of your clients seem to face. Like when they come in, what are they talking about and saying that they're, you know, having issues with? Because the people that are listening and watching, I want them to go, oh, that's me too. So what's happening when it comes to the change in hormones? What are the guys saying that they're feeling and experiencing?
A lot of times, generally, I'm feeling off, not feeling like I used to, don't have the energy, don't have the sex
Typically, it's energy. That's the number one thing. It's they say, I don't have any energy anymore. I want to take a nap at 1 o'clock every day.
And then physically, they know they've gained weight, they're losing muscle mass, they're just not being able to do the things that they used to be able to do.
The muscle mass is a huge thing for both men and women as we get older and our hormones are, you know, decreasing and doing like weird things. And I like to be a little cheeky because women will say, I want to be able to get on the floor and play with my grandkids, you know, and the guys will say, I want to chase around my grandkids, but I want to chase around my wife a little bit too. So when you mentioned, you know, about that, Heather, your wife, brilliant. Your wife is brilliant, by the way. I want you to know that. And this is being recorded, okay? So in case you didn't know. And at Anna Valencia Tillery's lunch, we are encouraged when we introduce ourselves and our businesses to be a little cheeky, to be a little cutesy. So she said that if your husband is a dud and you want him to be a stud, then you want, and she went into Game Day Men's Health. That was brilliant. And I will tell you that afterwards, a flock of women came over to talk to her to grab the business cards. So I just thought that was really adorable. So it's basically how when our hormones are just fluctuating or depleting, it's just a host
For men, mostly depleting. It goes down every year from age 30 or so.
Okay.
And it's the fuel that builds muscle. It's the fuel that keeps your libido up. It's the fuel that does a lot of positive things in your body.
And guys will feel
down.
symptoms of depression.
Okay.
Right? They feel like, God, I'm just depressed. I don't feel the exuberance for work or for my family or anything. And if they go to their primary care physician, they're going to get what? an antidepressant. It's going to tank their libido. It's going to tank their energy. It's sometimes, not that that's not real, but sometimes it's hormone replacement that will help that.
So that's what I like to look at is the overall before a doctor is just quickly prescribing something, is to try to see if we can get to the root cause, which is why I like, what you guys offer. And what I'm trying to do is, okay. So before we go on to the commercial break, your place, when people walk in the front door, the guys are like, they really like how you guys have set it up. It's cozy, it's inviting, it's that man cave vibe feeling. So explain what people can expect when they first walk through the door at your place.
So it is like you say, a man cave environment. We have an 86-inch TV in the lobby. We have comfortable chairs. They get taken back right away. We pride ourselves on one patient at a time, so they're not going to be sitting in a waiting room waiting for a doctor for 20 minutes. We take them right back. They get a blood draw. We have an in-body scale, so they get a body scan. And we have a lab on site. So within 15 minutes, they get their testosterone level, their PSA number.
All right.
In the meantime, they sit out, chat with me. They can get something to eat or drink. We have stuff out for them. And then they go to our clinician and have a consultation.
Okay.
She goes over everything.
And if everything goes well and they want to get treatment, we can give them the treatment the very same day.
Wow. Okay.
So all inside an hour, just come in. Like, it's not a sterile environment. Like, there's no sitting in a exam room for 20 minutes waiting for a doctor to pop in for 3 seconds. It's they get that hour all to themselves.
Yeah, so it's personalized care. I love that. Before we cut to commercial break, Cindy is so proud of me. She didn't have to wave that sign, right? But say for those that are listening on iHeartRadio and the podcast, how do they get a hold of you guys?
So our phone number is 772-217-5755. Our website is gamedaymen'shealth.com/Vero-Beach.
Very good. And the address of
4000 Atlantic Boulevard. And that's in Vero. It's on like 43rd and 60, right near there.
Yeah, it's a great location, really good location. And with that, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We have a lot more to discuss. We'll be right back.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock tariff-free coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, and Pollywood, all with no tariff ever. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Come in now for our summer sale and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
When you're sick of stomping bugs and repulsed by rats, call Sandpiper Pest Control. Put those pests to rest permanently. Sandpiper's been here for over a quarter century, saving Floridian homes and businesses from the horror of house rats, the creepiness of cockroaches, and the terror of termites. And because we live here too, we do it responsibly. For your pests with more than 2 legs, call Sandpiper Pest Control.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm sitting with Roger and Craig Larsen of Game Day Men's Health. And this is all about the men today. And we're going to make you feel like you're 20 years younger or more. Can we just, no, we can't do that. We can't guarantee.
Guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
It is guaranteed.
Or your money back.
I love it. But seriously, there are so many things, and we're going to get into the services. As a matter of fact, that's what I'd like for you to do with this question. We were talking about hormone therapy and that wellness plans are not one size fits all. So talk about all that you offer and how do you go about customizing for the men that you see? Yeah.
So it all starts with the test. So we need to test their levels to find out where they are. Like Roger said, we get testosterone level and PSA levels right there on site. And then they meet with our clinician and they sit and talk about lifestyle, what's bothering them. And then she will customize a plan depending on whether it's weight loss, erectile dysfunction, hormone replacement, whether they're younger, older, all that plays into what kind of treatment is prescribed.
Yeah, and there's a lot. There's even, like I saw, peptides. There's hair treatments and things.
Yeah, hair loss. Peptides are the new thing. RFK Jr. talks about it.
Very
Joe
big.
Rogan talks about it a lot. And they're amazing. They really are.
And to be honest, the thing that probably surprised Roger and I is how many folks suffer from sexual dysfunction. And so really curing that is such a game changer for guys.
Yeah, because they're embarrassed about it. They feel bad and they shouldn't. Nobody should, because
it's
women...
very, very common.
It's common in men and women as we get older. So that's something that they'll come in and they feel like they can talk to you because of the environment that you have created.
Right. And then it builds, once we correct that, it builds confidence and it
that's what I was going to ask you about. Yeah.
There's so many things that, those are some of the most exciting cases. Where,
so you're saving marriages and creating babies?
We could say that, sure.
Well, let's say not any babies. Usually they're 50s and 60s. But
I'm teasing. You're like, oh please, no, don't bring that on them. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just kidding. But but that is good though. Is to actually help them with their relationship and just sparking that just I guess getting reacquainted with each other again because they're feeling so much better. Yeah. Well, that is wonderful. Okay, so now, let's talk about some success stories. We're not going to name names because you're in the healthcare space, but what would you like to talk about in terms of transformation? Anything stick out in your mind with people that you've worked with, or even at other game day locations? That because you mentioned that it's a franchise. So.
We have plenty. That's probably the most exciting part of what we do is when we see guys on a regular basis, they'll come in for injections or on a regular basis, and we'll see the weight that they're shedding or the new pep in their step or the fact that all of a sudden they've got, more muscle and they're doing great in the gym. Yeah. And there's some specific examples too.
The ED guys are the most exciting success stories because, when they come in, like you said, they haven't had relationships with their wives in sometimes years. And then they go through our whole program and they say it works. It's great. Thank you very much. And it's very, exciting to hear.
Yeah.
Satisfying.
Big time.
Yeah. And then, of course, weight loss went back in my day. I was such a big fan of The Biggest Loser, that TV show.
Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah.
And it's so cool when guys come in and just slimming down and they feel great. And like, I lost 30 pounds.
And their pain levels go down too. A lot of them talk about that their back hurt or their legs, knees. Yeah.
Right.
And so you could potentially help them from maybe if they kept going the way in which they were going, they might have needed knee replacement or hip replacement or something because their bodies just can't handle carrying that weight around for all that while.
Yeah. And then they're able to walk and then eventually run and get back in the gym. And
play pickleball. Because we have pickleball clearly, here in town, so that's good.
The other hidden benefit is, this is myself, and since it's healthcare, I can talk about myself.
Yes.
In the year that I've been on testosterone, my triglycerides have gone down 34%, cholesterol 7%, HDL, which is your good cholesterol, went up 10%, and LDL went down 8%. So that's all from...
And nothing really different in his life. No. It's not like he's dieted extra hard or anything.
Yeah. So a lot of people who don't, maybe say, oh, I don't feel that much. there's a lot going on in your body other than just,
Yeah.
you know, you
I see him every day, right? And so we took a picture at New Year's Eve of our staff, and I think it was March or April. We looked back on it, and our nurse said, "Oh my gosh, look at Roger. He was so much bigger back then."
Yeah, my face was
Didn't
round.
even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits from hormone replacement.
Well, that is really good. And now there's another thing about the misinformation about testosterone replacement therapy, right? So a lot of people are afraid when they hear about hormones and, you know, therapy with that, especially, I mean, even women too, but we're talking about the men today. So what would you like to talk about when it comes to people being afraid, you know, guys being afraid about the testosterone therapy?
Well, what we're doing is we're replacing what their body is not making enough of. So we're not supplementing it with, you know, something that your body, you know, some, you know, substance that your body doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
You know, testosterone is what your body makes. It still makes it. It's just not making enough of it. And we, you know, put a little bit extra in.
Okay.
Well, and it's unsafe to walk around with low testosterone. So
Oh, see, I didn't even consider that.
yeah, I mean,
And that's why I'm glad I have this show. So explain, why is it unsafe?
because it does lead to weight gain,
Okay.
higher cholesterol. Testosterone is the fuel behind the engine that drives everything, right? You can't be as active. Your body doesn't perform the way it should. So it's not processing, you know, food and cholesterol and all those other things like it should. So super important to have your levels where they should be.
Yeah.
And, you know, Roger's a great example of that.
And, you know, doctors have been balancing women's hormones for decades.
Yeah.
And, you know, without any issues at all. And so this is just the men's version. And the men's are a lot easier. We're just putting back what they're losing.
I'm glad to hear that, because sometimes people think that, you know, there's misinformation everywhere. So maybe a guy might hear about their wife and how they were afraid of hormone replacement therapy for themselves. So then they automatically think, well, if it's, you know, concerning for her, maybe I should be concerned for myself. And they don't talk about it with their doctor or with you guys. And that's why, and that's what you love. You want to have people call with questions, get those questions answered.
And it's very important to do it under the care of a physician. So having a brick and mortar building like Game Day Men's Health in Vero Beach is really important for guys to be able to come. We have an open door policy. So if they have any symptoms or if they feel weird, they can come in and immediately just walk right into our clinician's office, ask questions, get their questions answered. It's not just about muscle building. So most of the things guys hear about testosterone is because they're thinking of guys who are super therapeutic, your bodybuilders, and people who are taking it outside of a prescription.
Yeah.
There are guys that have walked into our clinic and said, Ariana is our clinician, and they'll say, does she have time? Like, sure, go in. So you can't do that at any doctor's office.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love
anybody can go in and talk to her anytime.
Yes, I love to hear that. So we have like 60 seconds. So what I want to make sure is for the second half, say the address and the contact information, whichever one of you wants to go first.
Address is 4000 Atlantic Boulevard in Vero Beach.
And the phone number is 772-217-5755, or you can go to our website at gamedaymenshealth.com/Vero-Beach, or just go to Google and check Game Day Men's Health, and if you're in the area, we'll pop up.
All right. Well, very good. And what I want to say is just give Libby another quick shout out. I'm just so happy that she partially sponsors this episode. SeniorTransitionNavigator.com, LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com. She and her team work with seniors about their lifestyle, and it's all about downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation. 772-783-2800 is her phone number. Give her a call. So with just a few seconds, is there another myth that you would like to clear up? Something that you hear guys say and you're like, that is not true. Anything else that you want to add to that?
They're not alone. Whatever they're
Thank
feeling,
you.
they're not alone. We get so many guys with so many similar issues, and we all say, you know what, it's very common.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because sometimes people do walk around thinking that they're the only ones dealing with X. So they'll come in and talk to you and realize that they're not alone. So with that, I want to say thank you very much
for having
being
us.
here.
Yeah.
This was awesome because it is so unique what you guys do. My name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. I hope everyone has a safe, wonderful, productive week. And until next week, I miss you already.